all the records needed to describe how this shocking finding came to be, what is actually going on behind the scenes, and most importantly, what is going to happen next. Claressa Shields' surprising admission that Papoose is her baby daddy was not expected. Following the unfavorable reception of Remy Ma's statement, chaos broke out. Chaos is erupting, the internet is going crazy, and insiders are leaking tea. Let's get started. During the combat gig, he grabbed the microphone and made a startling statement that left everyone stunned. When he claimed that Remy cheated on Papoose with ease, the conflict escalated. He didn't mince words when he criticized Remy for abandoning the man who had been her constant companion for years. He made sure everyone knew that she, in his perspective, did Papoose dirty. This was more than just a remark. It was verbal abuse, and the crowd went crazy. The real shocker is that ES did not even attempt to refute the adultery rumors. In fact, he essentially confessed them, despite his constant praise of women and his love and regard for them in interviews. According to rumors, Papoose ended his relationship with Remy immediately to get past the conflict and move on. With champion Claressa Shields, you can guess who he is. At first, Remy pretended that she didn't. Despite Care's pretense of being over it, many began to suggest that Papoose and Claressa's relationship was becoming serious and that Remy was not handling it well. She has been disparaging, reckless, and making insinuations that she is prepared to fight for what is rightfully hers. Messier went on the attack on Instagram a few days ago, assaulting Claressa and Papoose and even revealing facts, which made the issue worse. Claressa seemed to be trying to convince Papoose to tell the truth to her, but Remy was not receptive. As she said, "You take accountability. You were the one who was married. If you cannot at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person." Papoose's stupid self fell asleep on the phone with Claressa Shields. I begged Pap to explain things, but he would not go away. This female, a purported boxing world champion, hung up when she heard my voice. Remy wasn't finished yet, but now that I'm disclosing everything, she went on, "This lady Claressa Shields and her sorry publicity team have been putting out fake stories about me every day to make me look bad and make him look like some kind of angel for too long. I should keep quiet," he remarked, "because I'm tired. But don't worry, because you're such a tough boo. I saw it all, and now the world will too." Additionally, he stated that you are not attractive and that he would never be with you. But this New Yorker didn't stop there. Claressa lost it when she realized Remy had made her public. She yelled at Papoose, saying things like, "I know you hate internet drama, but you need to do something today about this girl, my PR." To put it all in perspective, Claressa has a big movie coming out on December 25 and doesn't need to be involved in a messy romantic triangle with a married man. The fact that Remy is currently in the news is very accurate, but she wasn't done yet, so she wrote Papoose, "The team will lose their minds when they see this. Out here, I can't expose her. Have you received your other phone yet?" What a fool you are, Miss Shields. He followed your advice after I snapped a photo of the entire conversation. Oh, and he was taking me into custody. This woman, who hasn't cheated on him in 17 years, was planning to ruin me with one of his other females. She could have used my position to expose you. While I was away, he kept me bound, and she kept texting me, as if pleading with Papoose to release her. Claressa seemed to be asking Papoose to be honest, but Remy was not amenable. She continued by saying, "Hey, Miss Shields, I'm a one-boyfriend woman just like I was a one-husband woman, and I am a good woman at heart." In a message she sent, she said, "I'm not happy, but all right, I will stop. I would rather not stress you more than you already are, so I will just stop. How I feel doesn't even matter. Thank you for your honesty. That is always the best option." Additionally, he will never buy you anything because he is a taper rather than a giver and believes he is the prize. I have the money, and I'm truly pleased, so stop playing tricks on me. I'm not against you. That's why your man is angry. Oh, and you look foolish. Even though you said you felt silly, the fact that she essentially called Papoose broke seems to have been the final straw for him. Finally, he responded, Unfortunately, Remy is a narcissist and has cheated on me multiple times. Now that I've moved on, she's acting like the victim. Despite my repeated demands for a divorce, she would much rather use her social media power than handle things like an adult. I've been silent long enough, but I would rather not share this drama online for the sake of our 6-year-old kid. You go on, but I will never put anyone in jail since that is just another readily proven lie. Are the ones who fabricated text messages from a decade ago to justify adultery, clearly narcissistic behavior, and then told the police a false account of what happened when it was evident to all that it was pathetic. He continued by addressing the allegations that Remy had cheated on him with the person he knew, stating that last Christmas, when I was at home with my kid, Remy was at this location. She rejected it when I told her that we could get a divorce like adults, and now that I'm over it, she's furious and making things up. It doesn't matter because I didn't even throw a second punch, but I still have messages from her pleading with me to lie about it because I wouldn't lie and say that I didn't knock this person out. He was in the fetal position when I last saw him, and it was evident to everyone how tender he was. I knocked him out, and Remy woke him up and took him home for 4 days. When I came home to spend time with my narcissistic daughter, she began lying once more. Remy swiftly dispelled the idea that my wife had given up on their daughter after he shook my hand and had an affair with her on Christmas. You only lie, you look fine in the background, and I am always with my child on all important days, she said with a clap. You had a serious gambling addiction and tried to pressure me for money so that our divorce would go smoothly. I've been pleading with you for years to just leave and end our divorce amicably, but all you ever said was one thing. Just as you used my past and the stereotype of the gangster girl to trap me, you would run away if we had a public outburst. Both of them have been arguing and making claims in public, and you even attempted to mock me for calling the police while threatening me with statements like, "Oh, not Remy, calling the police for help. You are a snitch. You are a rat. Call them." Papoose was largely silent until he abruptly lost it and responded in a way that made it clear he had been suppressing his irritation for some time. He asserted that Remy had turned down his attempt at a covert divorce because he thought she was looking for attention. He stated that their 6-year-old daughter is his top concern, as he has stated on numerous occasions, and that the only reason he is speaking at this time is because he can no longer stand by and watch her distort things. Want her to grow up in this mess, especially considering the controversy on social media. He also denied Remy's claim that he tried to get her arrested, claiming that she called 911 and that he confronted her for allegedly fabricating earlier text exchanges to discredit him and justify her behavior. He brought up her alleged adultery, claiming categorically that Remy was with another man on Christmas while he was at home with his child, and he accused her of lying to him. This was the biggest shock, though. Altered the facts and claimed that she didn't want the truth to be known. Thus, she didn't handle their divorce in a mature manner. After the fight, Papoose acknowledged that he had knocked out the man Remy was seeing, but he maintained that this was because the man shook his hand, acted calm, and then ran off with his wife, not because of the affair. He explained how, following the altercation, Remy left him and their daughter for the same man, whom Papoose claimed was. Remy continued, accusing Papoose of keeping her away from her loved ones. The drama is far from over, even though the last betrayal has been completed and he has moved on. This split is among the messiest in hip-hop history, and it doesn't look like it will be ending anytime soon. She continued, "Your brother's called Joe, and you try to keep me away from everyone." My stupid self kept thinking, "No, don't say anything. Don't expose the real him. You will do anything. How many of my friends and family did you deliberately alienate in order to uphold the black love image that I helped you create? And how many times did you act as though there was an error when you were the one who started it?" After he whispered things to them that made them wonder about me and feel uneasy around me, you accused him of being jealous of me. Then you just watched from a distance while I lost the people I loved. You weren't happy for me. You were upset with me. You pretended to be proud, but deep down you wanted the attention to be on you. I could feel it every time you downplayed my accomplishments, ignored my victories, and tried to shift the focus to someone else so I wouldn't get mine. You were enraged when she said, I could not stand seeing people celebrate me the way they admired me, in reference to her achievement. You expected me to devote all of my attention to you and make you my entire world, but I didn't. I wouldn't put you above anyone or anything, so you tried to ruin my vision, dreams, and objectives. You even openly stated that you wanted to destroy it, which you did by spreading lies, making people hate me, and doing everything you could to make it fail. She clarified that she was tired of the knockout tale being used against her and that she was aware of Papoose's hold over that narrative as well. By bringing up the knockout tale anytime it started to fade and coming up with fresh ideas to make it happen, you ensured that it would never die. People just hear what they hear, not what they actually see, which is why I find the story so boring. The truth is that my security knows you, and you entered and exited like a masked robber at night. Before you ran away when he saw you, you made sure the world had yet more reason to doubt me. It was a full-fledged fight, not just a divide, and neither of them was willing to compromise with their erstwhile allies. It is important to remind people to protect it. You promised yourself it would go away, but you made sure it wouldn't. Belief in their romance. But as they see it fall apart, they're not sure who to believe. Originally an act of loyalty, it became one of the most spectacular and well-publicized splits in hip-hop history. You created a lie, sold it to the public, purchased information, spread falsehoods, and distorted the truth while giving battle rappers in my company false information to make sure that people saw me the way you wanted them to. Why did you make sure they interrogated me and turned against me? I can see that I was working without your consent because you needed to be in charge, and you wanted me to be the bad guy so you could be the good guy. Despite all of that, the deceit, manipulation, and betrayal, you still had the gall to have me support you at the awards, pretending like nothing was wrong. You held my hand, smiled for the cameras, and made it seem like we were still a team because you needed everyone to see us together, and you had to maintain appearances. I gave you my space and played along with it even though I knew it was all a lie. I stood by your side when I wanted to go and smiled when I wanted to yell. I will not be silent any longer. I will not allow you to change history or dictate the story since the truth is known and cannot be changed by your actions. No more deceit, deception, or manipulation. The whole situation is a complete mess, and it is now evident that their marriage has been failing for some time because they have persisted in putting on the ideal couple act for the world. So you forgot the pool was never finished because you attacked me in the garage. The workers called the cops to get you the hell off me. Keep playing with the police. Pap, I am done editing myself. Next up is the audio and video. Keep lying. To be honest, they were successful in misleading people, but you can only act that way for so long before the reality is out. Remy then revealed something even more shocking. She and Claressa were cool until Claressa started acting strangely toward Papoose. In addition to wishing Claressa a happy new year and sending her direct messages, she shared screenshots of Claressa asking for advice on how to flaunt her figure. This is absurd, Remy retorted. Papa's strange girl was contacting me for style advice only a few days ago. After being drawn into the drama, Claressa finally clapped back, saying, I can't believe a 45-year-old woman is crashing out like this clown behavior. Remy replied, I'm not 45 yet, but you are 29, and let me know. I praised you knowing things were not right. I kept quiet knowing the truth, she added. You think you know what I have, so that's why you feel comfortable lying to these people. Tell your boyfriend to buy you some flowers and gifts. Claressa tried to expose Papoose for already playing with her, but she also exposed Remy for making up texts to create drama, saying, you are not a woman, you can bully, you are bitter, angry, and making things up at this point. He was with his other girlfriend this week, not Remy, thus he didn't answer his phone. Since there was no discussion about the Vista Cups on February 2nd, Claressa simply challenged Remy to a fight, stating, come get your behind whooped, crash out. And guess what? Her challenge was not accepted by Remy. Fans are picking sides in this utter chaos, and it doesn't appear like this drama will be resolved anytime soon. Even though she claims to be over Papoose, Remy seems very focused on his new relationship now that there are rumors that he proposed to Claressa, who is not thrilled about it. The block captain is also not looking well. It is said that he is already flirting with other women. Claressa practices mixed martial arts and is a trained professional boxer. Remy is presumably somewhere whining about how things went down while they are having fun together. In the meantime, Papoose appears to have moved on entirely. He is out here showing off his new girlfriend, and Claressa isn't bashful about it either. She has clarified it that she is prepared to become his wife. Keep returning to see what happens next, since it looks like this narrative is far from over.